for us this weekend. First one is a pretty straightforward gig in Idle near Bradford, just a pub gig. We've done it a bunch of times, it's usually a great crowd in there, so that should be pretty easy. The only thing I'm worried about tonight is that I've been fighting a cold all week, so I don't know how my voice is going to hold up, but it's only a bit of BBs, so it should be okay. On the way to tonight's gig, less than half an hour to get to this one, nice easy local gig for us. It's another self-contained duo gig, so we got all the gear with us again in the back. This one though is a non-agency gig, which means that we got it off our own back, so we don't have to pay any commission. So everything that we earn is our own, minus taxes, obviously. So that was a bit of a rush, but we are set up. Interesting little pub, this one, because there's the kind of this up area and then the stage is kind of down there and the rest of the pub is kind of off in that direction. So it's kind of weird where you have to set up to get it sound right, but I think we've got it sounding pretty good. So we're just going to chill for about half an hour or so, I think. Hopefully a few more people will come in because it's a bit quiet, but so far so good. So I figured this would be a really good opportunity to talk you through the main patch that I use for 75 to 80% of these gigs. This is a patch called BE 100 SLO 2022. That's because it's based off a Friedman BE 100 and it uses an SLO IR that I made. As you can see, I'm using the Helix floor and I'm using every single foot switch that's available. Starting from left to right on the top row, I've got a slight bit of compression that can kick in, usually for clean stuff, just to give me that bit more sustain and to push the front of the amp a little bit. The next switch is HBE, which switches between the BE channels and the HBE channels on the Friedman. I've then got a foot switch that I can use to engage the saturation switch on the Friedman. So if I need a really high gain sound and I don't want to switch patches, I can kick in the HBE, kick in the saturation switch, and then I've suddenly got much higher gain sound. The next switch is for a plate. It's quite a wet sounding reverb that I've got set up here for some of the songs later in the set. The next switch at the moment is a tremolo, but it kind of gets switched out for all kinds of things. I've had phasers in here, I've had chorus, I've had flanger. It just so happens that it's a tremolo at the moment and it's getting used on one song in the set. Then on the bottom row, the first switch is my clean channel. This changes the amps that I'm using in the Helix. So on the top line, I've got a completely different amp. And I think in this patch, it's a JTM 45. So it's switching those two amps. I then have my drive pedals. At the moment they are a Timmy and a King of Tone, but again these can change. Sometimes I'll change one out for a Klon style pedal, but at the moment I'm really enjoying what the King of Tone is doing. Then there's a switch set up for delay. I use the Transistor tape delay because it sounds great. And then the last pedal on the board is my boost. It's just a simple EQ pedal with a 4 dB boost right at the end of the chain, just to give me a slight volume lift. just off stage, finished the last set. I'm back on the iPhone because the battery in my big camera has died, so hopefully this doesn't look too bad. Not too bad a gig actually. Not a lot of people in, but the ones that were in really enjoyed it. We had dancers and requests for a few songs at the end, so all in all, not a bad gig. Packed and back on the road. Only half an hour to get home, so not too bad at all. Forgot to mention that I had the Sir serviced in the week, and today was the first gig back with it, and oh my god, does she play like an absolute dream. I'll put the links in the description below about Jim's Guitar Workshop. Definitely check him out. He's done a really good job of setting up the Sir. It plays amazing.